Hi guys. Welcome back to the Northwest Geology Guy. I'm Scott, your host, and I just want to take a minute here before we dive into today's topic. I just want to welcome all of my new viewers and all you steadfast subs that have been around since I started. And today we're going to talk about the Cascadia's subducting plates, past and present. And as most of you guys know, that this plate here I'm showing you is the Wanda Fuca plate. It's also called JDF for short, so you don't have to keep spelling that all the way out. But we're going to talk a little bit about the Cascadia here to start with. It subducts under the Pacific Northwest here at a kind of northeast angle, and it helps rotate along with the San Andreas to push the Cascadia fault zone here to the northeast, kind of in a clockwise rotation. But it stops right up here into Canada at the buttress there. It stops it from rotating. And every 2 weeks it comes back every 14 months it comes back a couple inches, and then it continues on clockwise. But this has been going on for quite a while. You'll notice if you do any of the researching that they don't spell it out. It'll say, like 20 MA or 20 MYA. That's for 20 million years ago. And so it makes it a little easier to understand what they're talking about in time frames. But, and also too, excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold I'm fighting. I've been drinking tea as I've been researching. But let's take a look over here. And this shows you the profiles for Vancouver and for Oregon. Now, I have to apologize. I was in a little bit of rush to get this out today. I've been running around with my wife and the boys all day. And I had a view for each profile. Vancouver doesn't subduct at a very steep angle under the North American plate. It does dive down, but not real sharp angle. But the Oregon profile shows that it dips down at a much steeper angle, and I think that's why. There's what's kind of an anomaly where it doesn't really stick or lock as well as it does north and south, because of the steeper angle of subduction. Probably puts less pressure on the leading edge of the North America plate. But I really wanted to show that to you, but I accidentally deleted it and can't remember what site I found it from, but that's my apologies. It happens when you do YouTube. Okay, and let's take a look over here. I know this looks like a map of an alien country millions of light years away, but this is I'd say maybe about 150 million years ago. It didn't really say in it, but looking at it, it looks pretty old. Now, North America has been drifting to the southeast for about 185 million years. And we've encountered different things on our journey to the southwest. Here's a picture of the Farallon plate before it started subducting. And here's the Pacific plate, and I can't quite remember what that plate is called. But here's where it started subducting. And the plates have changed angles just a little bit. But this is when it's subducted. And down here is where more recent, you can see down right around there, that's our little Wanda Fuca plate and the Pacific plate out here. Just kind of a progression to show you what happens over time. The plates move and grind all the time. Actually, the Farallon plate went all the way up from southern Alaska all the way down into South America. It was one giant plate. And as we started to cross over the East Pacific Rise, California moved over the East Pacific Rise and shut off its subduction zone. So it no longer will ever subduct again in the near future at all. But then we started they started breaking the plates up from the Cocos plate, Nazca plate, and then our Juan de Fuca plate up here. So it's kind of nice to get an idea. I was looking more for an illustration, kind of an animation, so you could actually watch the progression. But we'll probably talk more about this too in a future video, because I really want to do a video of how the state of Washington, parts of Oregon, British Columbia, and Alaska all retain its shape to the present location. Because 50 million years ago, our beachfront was all the way almost completely out of the state of Washington near Spokane. So if you lived in Spokane 50 million years ago, you lived at the beach. But I'll keep that. I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to spoil the next video on that. So let's take a look over here. Here gives you a little, let's call it a little spoiler, kind of what was happening. State of Washington's pretty much put together here, but here's some other pieces along here and along southern Alaska that were being put together still. This is all now solid in here. But it's kind of interesting. You can go ahead and go back and pause it and read through all of the key here and get a little bit better understanding of what it's showing you. And over here, here's a good picture. I really like the images a lot better in color, because it's easier to ascertain what plate's what region is what. And, you know, I bet you guys have never heard of the Kula plate. That's really an old plate. And look down here, the green plate down here, that's the Pacific plate. Now, that's almost this entire region is the Pacific plate. The Farallon is pretty much all gone except a little bit of the Juan de Fuca plate. The Resurrection plate is gone, and the Kula plate is gone. But it's kind of neat to be able to look back into the deep past and find out what was going on when there was no man here on the earth. But I thought you guys would enjoy that a lot. But I'm going to wrap it up. It's kind of a short video. Interesting topic, but let me know what level you guys are on in geology. If you're kind of a beginner, intermediate, or advanced like I am, that know an awful lot about land formations, volcanism, earthquakes and stuff. So that way I can kind of judge too where you guys are at, because I would really like to take a lot of you guys from the basics all the way up to where I am at now. So that way you guys can get a better understanding of geology and what we're talking about. I want to keep it to where I keep creating videos you guys really enjoy and really learn from. I don't want to make it too basic to where you guys don't, it goes over, it doesn't go over your head, but you just like, okay, yeah, I already heard that before 100 times on YouTube. But I want to keep the videos very interesting for you guys. So if you guys can kind of let me know in the comments below where you guys at in understanding geology. I want to thank Ben Furley-Olo for all of his help with establishing the channel. If you guys haven't seen him, I'm going to try to put a link down for you guys so you can go visit his channel. I call him the Seismo Kid. That guy, he's a prodigy when it comes to seismology. He probably knows more than the first year seismology student in college. But hopefully he'll be, believe he said in April, he will be attending the University of Washington, which I think he's going to really excel, because like I said, he's a prodigy when it comes to this. So please don't forget to subscribe and share this video. Hit like and comment below. I read all your comments, no matter if you comment right after it posts or 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I constantly keep an eye on the channel, so that way I can thank people for commenting and answer any questions. So you guys have a great night, and I'll be back at you really soon. All right, this is Scott signing off.